Hi guys, today I'll be showing you how to make a thread chain button loop. Okay, I'm going to be showing you how I made this. So this is the shirt or the top I want to put. This is the back of the top I want to, you know, attach the or make the button loop. Okay, so and here's the button I'm going to be using. Okay, so I'm going to be attaching the loop on this side of the dress. Okay, you can do yours on any side. It depends on your choice. And here is my needle and my thread. I've already passed the thread through the needle, and it's two, like I double the thread. Okay, so on each side there are two strands of thread. Okay, so you double your thread and you pass it through. This is so that it's going to be thick, okay, and strong and not easily cut. I've also knotted the bottom part. Okay, so let's get started. So what I want to do now is to determine where I want the loop to be. So I want it to be at the upper part, very the top part. So I'm going to, from my back, okay, I'm going to insert my needle and I make sure it comes through the seam, the middle that I'm showing you. Okay, make sure that your needle comes out on that middle seam. Okay, so you pass your needle like this from the back and then you pass it again, okay, on that same area. Okay, and then so I passed it the first time and I'm going to pass it through again, make sure it comes out on that side seam. Okay, your needle comes out through that place and then I'm going to knot this my needle. Okay, I just want to knot it so that it's going to be firm. So I'll pass it through like this, just the normal way you knot. Okay, that's you tie your thread. Because I'm going to knot this twice or three times just to make it firm and strong. Okay, that is the essence. So I'm going to do this again. So this is the second time I'll be knotting. So you can knot it two or three times. It's okay, all right. So I'll just pass the needle through like so and knot it. Okay, so just be careful, okay, so that your thread does not tangle. So I've knotted it, I did mine twice. Okay, so it's strong now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to pass through that place again. So pass my needle through that place again. Okay, so when I pass it through, okay, I'm not going to, really drag the thread. I'm going to just take it slowly so that I will have something like this left. Okay, so you have this left. Okay, so what you want to do now is to push your needle, so the one you're holding where the needle is, push it into your finger like this, so it should come between your your middle finger, sorry, your index finger and your thumb. Okay, just hold it like this. Okay, so this is how it should look like. Okay, so that when you pull on this side, okay, it's going to be tight so that it will not, basically. Okay, so what you will now do is to pull this one into that one. Okay, and then knot it. So basically what you're doing is knotting, okay, to form that chain or the thread chain. Okay, so as you have this, you're going to pull this one into that space and then knot. You pull it and knot. Okay, make sure you knot it tightly. Okay, so you pull this one into it. Okay, and then you knot it. Okay, so it's basically pulling the needle, that is pulling the other thread where your needle is pulling it into that space and then knotting it, so it's going to be creating that chain. Okay, so we continue doing this. Okay, so you pull in into that space and you knot, or you drag it so that it will knot tightly. So I'll keep doing this. until I get the desired length of loop that I want. And the desired length depends on the size of your button. So as your knotting, okay, you're going to be checking if is enough for the size of your button. Okay, so here is what I have achieved now. Okay, so still going to be knotting more because this is short, so I'll make it a little bit longer for the size of my button. Okay, so you make it how the length determines, that is the size of your button determines the length is going to be. Okay, so I'll keep pulling into that space and then knotting, drag it to knot. So I'll just continue doing this until I get the desired length that I want for the size of my button. Okay, so make sure you're knotting it tightly, okay, before you pull in another one. Knot tightly, okay. Make sure that the knots are together, just clustered together and so tight. Okay, so this is the length I want. I'm going to measure to see if it's okay for my button. I think it's too tiny for my button, so I'm going to do more knots. Okay, about 3 to 5 or thereabouts. Okay, to get my desired length for the size of my button, like I said. So here is the length that I have for now. Okay, so I'm just going to check if it's okay. I think it's fair for my button. I think the hole there, that is the space, can accommodate my button and it's not going to be too loose. Of course, you don't want it to be too wide so that it will not be too loose for your button. Okay, so I think I'm done now. So what I want to do now, in that space, I'm going to insert my needle into it. Okay, so that space, once you're done, you just pass your needle through that space and then you knot. That is the final knotting, just to hold the other knots in place. Okay, so here I have a fine looking thread chain. All right, so here is what it looks like, so thick. I bet you this is what I do mostly for my loops, especially if the buttons are really small. So what I'm going to do is to curve it like so, determine how I want it to be. Okay, so here is where I'll be attaching it. So the same thing I did, I'm going to pass my needle through the back. Okay, pass my needle through the back, so I make sure that it comes out through that side seam, the seam there. Okay, so I'm going to just do it like this. Of course, it's going to be firm because the knots are already there. Okay, so make sure it's firm. So here's what the back looks like. Make sure it's firm. Okay, so you're going to just knot this place like we did for the up part. Okay, so I'm just going to pass my needle through again and then put it into this place to create a knot. Okay, this is basically how we create our knots. I know you know this by now, but if you don't, this is how you knot when you're stitching with your needle. So you just pass your needle through that space and then you drag it and then it knots. Okay, you're going to do this 2 or 3 times. Okay, so I did it 2 times for the top part and 2 for the down part, and here is what my thread chain loop is looking like. This is the back. Okay, so you can do this for your shares as much as you want. Okay, it's very strong and durable, trust me, because the thread is doubled. It's not going to cut easily as long as you knot it very well. Okay, so now I'm knotting the bottom of my thread. I want to attach the buttons to the other side of the slit opening. So I'm just going to determine where exactly I'm going to attach the button so that the it just sits well and it aligns properly, and I'm going to attach my buttons. You already know how to attach your buttons now, so just going to attach my button, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done, guys. So this is actually how I do most of my loops, okay? And if you notice, if you wear a lot of English wears or um foreign use clothes or something like that, you will notice that the they use these loops often for their tiny buttons, because it's just stays in place and your button isn't going to just remove randomly. So because it's tiny, it's just going to keep your button in place. Okay, so you can do this for your shirts, of course, as much as you want, as long as it's neat and you knot it very well. It's going to last very long. Okay, so I'm done with attaching my button, and here is what it looks like. Funny thing is that this button really matches this clothes, so I'm just going to um just look at how it looks. Okay, so it looks really nice, and trust me, when you wear these clothes, this is never, your buttons will never like open, because this loop will just keep it in place because it's tiny and it's just fine. Okay, so guys, I hope you will try this and I hope you understand. You can ask me any questions in the comment section if you found any side confusing. Thank you guys for watching, and please, when you try it out, just maybe you can um let me know. I don't know, maybe you can tag me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram link on the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and please see you in my next video. And please, if you like this video, you found it helpful, just click on this, on the like button, please. As you're watching this now, just click on the like button. It's absolutely free, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye.